Hello, this is to show you how Huey leader Vassal works. Okay, I'm not going to play a game, I'm just going to show you how the components themselves work. Okay, let's first start with this screen right here. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see these guys here. Alright, first off we have the date counter, and it will not move. So you just right click and increase. You can decrease, you can reset it back to the original. And you have this counter here. However, you can't just grab that one counter, it grabs the whole thing and you just decrease it. Alright, increase. You can reset it. All that good stuff. Okay. You have various decks in here. You could shuffle. You can draw a specific card if that's what you want to do. Alright, so the way you do that is you just select whichever one, choose OK, pull it out, and there it is. Okay. You can also send to target card location, which is right here. It puts it right there for you. Now these guys also you can shuffle, you can draw specific, shuffle, draw specific. Now when I need to draw these, I just pull them out right here. Alright, I do whatever I need to with them, send it back, and then I give it a shuffle. Send it back, give it a shuffle. Okay, so that is pretty much how most of this works. We'll get to this stuff in a moment. Alright, so let's get here. These are the usual stuff for playing either online or against another opponent to where you save things. This is the usual. You could retire if you want, but there is only one option here. You're a solitaire player. Your dice, alright, it shows it here, it shows it here. This is your counters, and you have various options. Let's go through the US counters. You have various aircraft in here with various numbers. Alright. Your troops, your good troops, and they all have a flip, a moved, let's see, so you can see, let me just pull another one out here. Alright, there's a little red one there that says moved. Alright, and I'm getting a little ahead of myself with this, but we'll come back to that in a moment. Let me set this up again the way I had it. Alright. So you have your cargo. You can increase, reset back to 1, all that stuff. You'll clone and delete. Same with stress. The munitions cards, you could just clone or delete them. SO points you could increase, and it only goes to, well, I thought it went to 2, but maybe oh, this is special options. Yeah, it goes to 10. Alright, you could also decrease, reset. Equipment, you can basically just rotate through all of them. And other, there's various things in here that you can use, and this one rotates through. I don't know why I put it in there, but I did. Alright, you have the Vietnamese counters, so you could just pick one. This is the normal side, to where it's unseen, now it's seen. Okay, and it does the little red moved thing on there also. Alright, that takes care of this. This and this are basically the same. These are your pop-ups. You can shuffle, light damage, shuffle, heavy damage, shuffle, but you could also draw specific cards from these. There is a reason for that. So once you've shuffled it, you could just pull it out, place it wherever you need to. Okay, you could also return to deck. And I'm going to get to some of this other stuff. I'll toggle whether it's been moved or not. Okay. Let's see. So that takes care of both of those. Now here's where some of the magic happens. So what you do is you pull a campaign card, and here it tells you the type of terrain you need to use for this specific terrain card, jungle and farmland. So jungle, farmland, I'm going to put them all in just so you see how it works. You can shuffle, send to user terrain. This is what we're going to do. Sends it down here. So like if you have more than one deck that you need to use, or type of terrain tile, you send them all down to here. If you only have one, you just pull it out from here and send it to where it needs to go. But we're going to act like you're going to use all of them. Now they're not shuffled, they're just put in place on top of each other, so you're going to need to shuffle it a little bit. You could draw a specific one. Now the way it works is you pull it out here, and we've already got one on number 1. So send a 2, 3, 4. There. Now you have all of them put in here. You will notice though, once you deselect it, you cannot grab and move any of these. Now if you decide for whatever reason you don't want this one, you could hold down the shift key and select it, and then you could return it back to its original deck. You could put it back to here if that's what you want. It's on top, so you got to shuffle it and pick a different one, although I think that might be the same one, but same thing. Okay, once you put them down, they're there, and there's a reason for that. That's when you put counters out here, you are actually picking the counter, not the hex. Okay, that's the reason for that. But if you need to select the hex for whatever reason, hold down shift, select it. Now you can do whatever you want to with it. Okay? So when you look at this card here, let's zoom in on him. They tell you how many and what of each one of enemies go in here. Now the way I do it, and it seems to make it easy for me, so I need 2 rifle teams. Right here is rifle teams. What I do is I put everything I need down here from this card. Once I have everything down here, you know, I'll have a whole bunch of counters down here. You go by either these numbers for base defense or these numbers for pretty much everything else. So how I do it is I usually do it in 2s or 3s. So I'll roll twice, a 4 and an 8, and then you just put these in the correct locations. Alright? And you just keep going till you get rid of all of your counters that are down here. Alright, and that helps you place all of your enemy counters. Alright. right, so that takes care of the hex. Now you can, if you want, you could read this right here, and it'll tell you exactly how to use them. Alright, so in case you forget, you could read this information right here. Alright, but I'll let you do that. Now this is where all of the aircraft and pilots are at. You will notice they are color coordinated. You cannot have a red helicopter and a white pilot flying it. Red goes with red, white with white, blue with blue. Alright, so I color coordinated it with that. Alright, the way I do it, now let's get this set up. And this is my hand right here. Alright, your squadron. So you can right click and choose whatever you want. So let's grab a Huey and put it out here. Alright, so let's just pretend, let's just throw a whole bunch out here, whatever they are, I don't care. Alright, let's grab a Chinook. Come on, Chinook. Alright, so we grab a whole bunch of those, one of those, and we'll grab two of these just because. Let's grab something from here. Alright. Now, according to the rules, you get to pick a pilot for every one of these guys. Alright? So, you could right click and choose whoever you want. Put them down there. Alright, so I'm just going to grab and put the correct ones underneath the correct ones so we can get on with this video. And they don't snap anywhere, but there's a reason for that. Now, once you have all of your pilots and your aircraft that you're going to be using, what you need to do is pick eventually what aircraft or pilots you will be using. Alright, and instead of just grabbing them and trying to put them on there because that's a pain in the neck, you can right click, you could return to deck, it'll put them back on these decks, okay? But you can also send to location, and you can send to location. So you do that with whatever aircraft you are going to be using and whatever pilots you are going to be using. And it keeps them in a nice handy spot. Now the cool thing about these, let's actually do it with this, is you can put your munition counters directly onto these guys. Alright, now what you're also going to want to do is put your, this is number 21, Cobra, sorry. That guy right there. So you're going to want to put him someplace on the card. I always use that upper corner, that way I know what's what. Alright, so you could put your munitions. Now I'm just grabbing them. They're probably not going to be the correct ones. Alright, so you could put your munitions on here. You could even put equipment on here. Alright, you could do cargo if you are doing a cargo mission, that kind of thing. Alright, now the real cool thing about this is when you tell it to go to, put her at number 4, everything goes with it. And the same thing, so like if you have a pilot that has, say, two stress, alright, and you're actually going to use this pilot, send to location number 4, it goes with it. Alright, pretty cool. The way it works is if you select the card, everything moves. If you select the counter, you're just doing the counter. Now let's zoom in here for a second, and let's just pretend this is the right counter for this guy here. I know it's not, but we're pretending. So your mission, you have to start on this bottom row someplace. Alright, so you're gonna start in this hex. Notice that it also made you do the move. Alright, you can get rid of that either individually or all of them by clicking that. Now you can rotate, so like when you are facing a hex edge, you can rotate it. You can put the moved on there, you can remove it, clone, delete, you can flip it so that you're at either high or low. Now it all depends on what it is you want to do. Well, actually, let's zoom out just a little bit so we can see this. Alright, so that's how that works, and you will notice that it does not grab the counter right here, okay? Or I should say the hex. It only grabs the counter. Now you could put them on top of each other. They do not stack. Alright? And yeah, I have these guys above the bad guys so you can see what it is. There it is. Alright, so that takes care of this. That takes care of this. Alright, there's also a clean up here. Okay, maybe I don't have that working right. Maybe I need to actually just remove it. Anyways, let's get to here. So this is this. You can also return it to deck. You can flip it. Red is hard, green is easy. Same with the situation deck. Blue is easy, black is hard. So you just look at all your information on here and away you go. Alright. There is also these cards here. Same thing. You could just pull them out down here. You could shuffle. You could draw a specific one. Alright, and the way I do these skill cards is if I'm wrong window, if I'm on this window, I just put them underneath whoever it is. If I am on this window, when I move those over, I also grab that and put it over. Alright, this one here, there is not a make it go to here. Alright, it's just a manual grab. And you can return it to the deck if that's what you want to do. Alright, so we have the skill cards, we have the operational orders, and they all have the return to deck, so you can do that. This is your fade sheet. So let's just say you have a bunch of these cards up here. Alright, I'll put them in the correct location. Alright, let me see if I can grab a day 3. Actually, I don't know. And if I get multiples, I put them in between like this. There's a day 3. Alright, so as you play the game, you're going to have to move your cards. Alright, this one here returns to the deck. All these move up here. And you put them there. This goes here. You will eventually pull extras. So I'm going to pull out 2 from here. Another one. Alright, so one has a whole bunch of them on there. Alright, so you keep doing that, alright, until you end your game. Alright, that takes care of that. You have your destroyed units. So say you destroy this one right here. I put it up here. and you know that one is destroyed. You just count the points that are down here, and you will also notice you have red, blue, yellow, and green, so it does randomize everything in here. All right. On some of your cards down here, it will say remove 2 or 3 cards, C cards. So what I usually do is I pull them out, I put them directly onto here. All right, so that would be 1, this would be 2, and you get the idea. I keep them up here in the destroyed areas, that way they're not in the deck, but only if it says so here. But it's just a nice place to keep these and know that you're not going to use them. Okay, and here you have your player log. You select it, enter whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, you get the idea. You just select whatever. You put in your pilot. This is if he's a red pilot. Okay, let's just look at this again. All right, so that means he is a and I forget the name of it, like I always do. Gunship. All right. F is for fighter, that's the blue, and the R is recon. Now you'll have to really look in here and see, but you will notice that it is a kind of a light gray, because if it's white you'll never know it. Alright, and in here this is your pilot skill, and they are color coordinated, so you just set it to whatever this pilot is. This is your experience points that you are gaining. Okay, this is your cool. Alright, it's all kind of color coordinated, and that takes care of this. So you just whatever it is that you are doing. Alright, there are notes down here that you can do, and I think that was it. I think I only did 3. So you just fill out your log sheet as you go, and when you do a save over here, it'll save everything. And while we're over here in these menus, if you go to help, there is a Huey leader rules, and it pulls up the rules for you. In the final version, there will be in here a help video, kind of like what I'm doing right now. And if you click it, it'll take you to my YouTube channel, and it'll walk you through what we're doing right now. Okay. This is your charts that are in the game. Now we get to the interesting points. This will walk you through everything to play the game. Now this is campaign setup, so you just scroll through it, do everything that it says, and when you get to where it says arm aircraft, come on, go to combat turn, which is this one. Close this, bring it up. Now they all do this. It'll tell you to go to the next one. There is one exception in here, but it does tell you. I'll show you that. Same thing, you just run through this. Now let me back up. Just like you were scrolling all the way through it, this is the last thing right here. When done with combat turns, go to homebound. Now check this out. Because you have 5 turns, cycle through for all combat turns. So if you were on just turn 1, If you were on turn 1, you're going to want to go through this again. So you don't want to do this yet. You just go back to here, start all over again, and you just cycle through until you've done all of your things. And when you're done, go to the homebound. Alright, I like to keep mine here so I can see everything that's going on. Same thing, this tells you what to do, tells you how to do it. Alright, and if you save, it actually saves this where you are. It won't save the text in here, but when you pull this up, you're right there where you were. Alright, and when you're done with this one, homebound. Alright, sorry, record objectives and homebound. So I need to change it to end of day. So I will fix that and send you guys a new version. End of day tells you everything, and you're all done with the game once you finish up with this one here. I will fix this one here to say go to end of day. Alright, it doesn't say it. Homebound. Next one is record objectives. It should say go to end of day. I'll fix that. And you have your cleanup, which, as you saw, gets rid of enemies. It gets rid of friendly units, U.S. troops, things like that. Boom, they're all gone. All right, you know, it just helps you set up for another mission. Okay, and that is about it. If you have questions, let me know. If you have suggestions, please let me know. But try to play through as many games as you can. I've done this already. It seems to be working well. There's just little things like the end of this one here needs to tell you to go to here. If you notice spelling errors, things like that, let me know. All right. Thanks, guys.